Good afternoon, Ashley Preece, live from Australia. Good morning to the UK viewers who are maybe just waking up to Aston Villa's 1-0 victory over Leeds United in Brisbane. Ash, how are you, mate? From a busy sounding press box over there.
Yeah, it's busy, yeah. Packed press box. I've spoken to Steven Gerrard for the first time as well. Spoke to Danny Ings, which is brilliant. So nice to catch up with them. And yeah, the jet lag's hit me. I ain't going to lie to you, Dan. The jet lag has got me good and proper. It's 5:30 in the afternoon here. I keep getting up at 5 in the morning. 4:30 in the morning. I keep getting up.
You've already done 12 hours today then.
Yeah. And it's one of them. I can't go back to sleep. And so yeah, I'm feeling it now. But I've got to play through. Bit of a free day tomorrow-ish. And then hopefully I'm there. But yeah, good to see Villa win today. I've just texted my brother who was in the stand behind the goal. He said, how was it? He said it's brilliant. It was brilliant behind the goal. The stadium's like a mini Wembley, he called it. It's a really nice stadium.
Yeah,
and yeah, 40,000 in there. Just a real nice moment for the expats and people who live so far away from Villa Park. Me and you take it for granted, Dan. I mean, I spoke to that many people. It's such a big deal, you know. It's like seeing mums and dads with their little kids here today. Villa fans everywhere, getting all the merch and that. It just, yeah, it's quite emotional, really. Do you know what I mean? How big a deal Villa are for them? And
I saw a nice tweet earlier. I'm trying to find it now, and typically, as we're doing this live, I can't find it. Here we go. I found it.
Yeah, go on.
Haley, who said, my dad's first football game was at Villa Park back in 1966 with his granddad. 56 years later, my son's first game to see the mighty Villa as well with his granddad. Say what you want about exhibition games, they make special moments like this happen. There's a picture of the guy with the grandson in the stadium, which, yes, it is a nice moment.
Love it.
Like you said, that we do take for granted. There's a question here from Rob. Well, this will be a very random podcast, I think, by the way.
Yeah, go on.
In and out of topics for the next 20 minutes or so. Question from Rob. He says, would jet lag be a problem for the players when they get back to the UK? Now, we spoke about jet lag on our pre-season chat last week, saying, how is it going to affect you and the players going over there? And a lot of people said, well, jet lag seems to affect you more on the journey back. From your experience, it affects you on the journey there as well. So, we're talking about it's only a 2-hour flight to Townsville. It's only this back to the UK via Dubai and all this, but it does take it out of you, doesn't it?
If you're asking me to play against Rennes the week I'm back, I've got no chance. I'm not fixed either. No way. Great question from Rob. That I'll put that to the manager in midweek, just how that affects the players. Because, like you say, they probably get back in Monday. Some stage Monday, they'll have Monday off. They'll probably have Tuesday as a recovery session. And they're back to Rennes then, quick turnaround. Then the Premier League starts a week later. So great question from Rob. I'll put that to the manager. And jet lag, it's only kicked in today for me. I've been kind of buzzing off. I've had the adrenaline, haven't I? Buzzing off the excitement of being here, working, getting all the videos last night, following updates as and when I can. But now it's like, and it's come on the busiest day with the match day. I've got loads to do. So typical. But yeah, great question from Rob. And yeah, I'll put that to the manager. And like you say, you got your Martinez, he's missing Traoré today. I think there was 8 from the tour squad that weren't even named on the team sheet. So he'll mix and match. I'm sure Martinez will get some game time on Wednesday, as will a few others. But yeah, jet lag will be an issue for the squad. I'm sure. So yeah, Gerrard's got a big squad, as I've said to you before. There, his quote was in the press conference. He's got a bloated squad, so he'll look to shuffle it as he sees fit.
I'll come on to that in a second. Just quickly on the jet lag before we finally move on. I've experienced it as well. For the people that maybe haven't travelled as far as you have over there, how do you describe the feeling of jet lag? What's it like?
Just really tired, aren't you? Lethargic. You want to go back to bed. You want to keep a couple of hours keep I need, but yeah, just drained you. I'm only just feeling it now today, really, from about lunchtime onwards, and milling around the stadium and your energy sapped out of you. So hopefully it'll be right as rain tomorrow. We can crack on them, but yeah, it will affect the playing squad, I'm sure. They've had pool sessions, light sessions at the complex now, but yeah, it's hit me like a train now. But yeah,
bit like a hangover, I think. Slightly, maybe without bad headaches.
Yeah.
Throwing up everywhere.
Yeah.
Back to the football then. Actually, let's start with Gerrard's presser, because obviously I've not seen that anywhere else this morning. Obviously, it's still early back in the UK. The biggest line from the things I've seen so far is about Ezri Konsa being back fit and available for selection, which he must be a robot to be back from that injury as soon as he was. I think the original quote was 16 weeks, and it's been, 8, 9, 10 maybe at a push. And he's back and ready for selection on Wednesday. That's pretty incredible, really.
Superhuman from measured contact, recovery-wise. I mean, I think he's probably two months ahead of schedule, you know. But he's back. He trained yesterday for the first time with the group, full contact on Saturday. And he's back in contention now against Brisbane Roar in Townsville. So, yeah, incredible recovery. Luca Dean was similar when he had his injury last season, but he was back ahead of schedule. So, yeah, I don't know what the doctors are doing or who's the masseurs, but they're doing something right. And Conter's back and available. And it will be welcome, you know, because obviously Josh Feeney stepped in today, did well, Josh. And he turned 17 back in May. He came in the second half to fill that fourth centre-back role. Obviously, Mings and Chambers started, Diego Carlos come on. Then all of a sudden, Josh Feeney's fourth choice, given the injuries they've got with Horse and Conter. But yeah, Conter's back now. A surprise revelation, really, given the 16-week diagnosis. But back 2 months ahead of schedule. And bit of a bonus, really, isn't it, Dan? What do you think?
Yeah, 100%. There's a comment here from Paul. He says, what were your thoughts on Mings, Carlos and Chambers? It will be interesting on who Stephen Gerrard decides as his two centre-backs for that first competitive game against Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Conser now back into the fold a little bit. We all thought, you know, there's no way he'll have a pre-season. He probably won't feature for the first few weeks, maybe the first month of the Premier League. Yeah. As Conser gets himself back up to speed, it now becomes 4-2 for that first game of the season. So, how from what you've seen from Walsall and Leeds today, if you were having to select the starting centre backs for Bournemouth this afternoon, who would you go for?
I'd probably say right now, obviously Mings and Diego Carlos are probably the first choice right now. I think Conter. I mean, see how Conter gets on. He's fit and available, as Gerrard says, but you do wonder, will it take a bit of time? Could there be reoccurrence of that? But yeah, right now you probably say, I don't know, in the comment section, what do you reckon? Strongest centre half, probably Tyrone Mings is the captain again today, and Diego Carlos will probably start as well. So I don't think Chambers did enough today, but I'm a Chambers fan. I thought he played well on his last game against Man City back in May, and but yeah, nice options to have, pretty decent there. I don't know if people think there's not enough centre backs now that position's now done for the season ahead. When you think, Dan, as well, you've got Courtney Horse to come back from his injury. What happened with him, I don't know. But yeah, I think Mings and Diego Carlos are probably first choice right now.
How did Feeney get on, by the way? I think he played 20 minutes or so, was it?
He got Diego Carlos out of jail, to be fair. Diego Carlos slipped over in the penalty box. The Feeney was in a good position, read the danger, and cleared it for him. So, yeah, big fan of Feeney, Dan. I really am. England under-17 captain. Like you say, he's quite tall. Gerrard loves him as well. Gerrard's always speaking to him. Great prospect Villa have there. Really good signing from Fleetwood. I think it was last year before. But yeah, looks every bit of first team player, to be fair. But obviously, he'll stay around the first team group up until Christmas. Could get a loan in January, but it's always difficult for centre halves to go out on loan, isn't it? That physicality. So yeah, he's one that's developing nicely. He played well today. Big experience for him today against Premier League opposition, and I think Feeney should. Yeah, really positive showing from him.
A couple of questions in the comments about players missing, almost a little bit of concerns, I guess. And hopefully, you can clear up. Martinez and Cameron Archer not getting any minutes. Is there anything deeper there than just rotation?
Yeah, just rotation. He's the only one that's picked up an injury. He's Jaden Philogene Bidois. He hasn't trained for the last 2 days. Obviously, he missed today, so he's picked up a knock. Other than that, your Martinez, Traore's, Kessler Hayden's, the ones that weren't named on the team sheet, they're all fine, ready to go, I believe. And yeah, it's Brisbane Roar on Wednesday and then Man U. So 2 games left of the tour, and Gerrard will shuffle his pack around to pick the teams and get minutes in the legs. Yeah,
Kessler Hayden probably throws up an interesting talking point with Gilbert. I think there was a comment earlier on. Can't find it. Basically, like, is Gilbert playing a surprise, and is that he's playing for potential shop window to seal a move elsewhere, or is he going to be second choice to cash with Kessler Hayden going out on loan? How do you assess Gilbert's future? What do you think?
I think it's all there to play for. I think Gerrard played him today to have a look at him. His first real chance to have a look at him in a game situation, because obviously he wasn't. Last season on loan for the entirety of that. He's had a few weeks with Gerrard now, making a first impression on him, and I think Gerrard wanted to test him today. Gilbert, well, the second half was a bit bitty, if you know what I mean, Dan. A lot of challenges going. It's very stop-start. Emi Buendia, a lot of needle. Yeah, say that again. I think Emi Buendia, I've seen him go berserk at Gilbert, trying to overplay. But yeah, probably if he'd proven a point, I think Gilbert needed to put in a bit of a better showing today for me down that right back slot. But yeah, it was steady Eddie from him. But if you want to prove a point, you want to be challenging your Matty Cashes. You got to do that a little bit more. Whereas in the first half, I thought Matty Cash played well with Leon Bailey ahead of him. Leon Bailey today was a really good pick in that first half, full of purpose, pace, power. Really good Leon Bailey today, and hopefully he's turned the corner now, remains fit, and he can really be a weapon for Villa going into the new season.
We've talked a lot about how you kind of assess a pre-season game and how much you take from it. There's a comment here from Mark. I just want to get your opinion on his opinion. He says, I thought we were more streetwise today in terms of winning and giving away free kicks. And I enjoyed the way that we were more aggressive out of possession. Aggressive is probably the right word from the way the game went with tackles finding from both sides.
Yeah.
Jesse Marsh just talked about the McGinn challenge and hoping that it's just a sprain on the young Leeds lad. Strange in a way to have a friendly be so kind of bitty like that and so aggressive, but the flip side of me thinks that it's good to have a friendly game that's got a bit of bite about it and to play it as if it is a real fixture, because passing it around the back and not really doing much and winning 8-0 doesn't really do much for you.
No, very competitive today. It was like a Premier League fixture at times out there, and that's what you want. That's how you get ready for the new season. So yeah, I had no problems with it, to be fair. Maybe the referee lacked a bit of, didn't really control matters really. He let the game go by too often. Didn't really have the respect of the players, and obviously the challenges are flying in, as we've seen. But yeah, good preparation for Villa, that one, if you're asking me. And yeah, the lad's all right. He's only 16, isn't he, the young lad? Who begins steamed into. But yeah, I haven't seen Jesse Marsh's comments yet. I've darted back up here, but yeah, good preparation for Villa. You want to play these tests. You don't want to be strolling around, going through the motions. So yeah, good one out for Villa today.
I've seen the Leeds side of it saying it's like a disgusting tackle and stuff like that. I'm not sure I'd go that far personally. It's a 50-50 ball to be won from the clip I've seen of it. So, you go in for it and that's fair enough. Marsh said, I can just find the line very quickly just to get their side. He said, we're hopeful it's not too bad. He was in some pain initially, but we're hopeful nothing is broken. Hoping it's just an ankle sprain and we'll see the severity of it in the next couple of days. Gerard said, we wish the young kid very well. Hopefully it's not a long-term injury. John's got the ball and he's been unlucky enough to follow through. There was one just before by the same lad on Brendia and my heart was in my mouth. So, back and forth from both sides, wasn't it? Yeah,
it was, yeah. Gerard and Jesse Marsh having words on the touchline as well. Bit of back and forth there, but bit of back and forth on the pitch, wasn't it, Dan? Like you said, tit for tat. You stealing in tomorrow, mate. I'm going to get you now. It's one of them ones happens on the football pitch, and unfortunately for the young lad. He had a full meatball running at him. So wish him well.
Yeah, absolutely. So there will be Leeds fans that find their way onto this video. We don't want to make light of a player getting injured. Obviously, we do wish him well. Cam says, good to meet the great man Ash last night. You've been meeting the fans?
Yeah, legend, mate. I'm blown away by it, Dan. I really am. Love the podcast as well. They set alarms to listen to this podcast. The podcast got a really good review last night. Everyone loves yourself and Matt Kendrick. Mate, yeah. The response I had last night has blew my head.
I saw the video. Obviously, I saw the video because I've been uploading the stuff that you've been sending. But the one where you're like walking around the pub going, I'm doing a video and everyone's cheering and stuff. And someone went up the Birmingham Mail. I just love that as like a throwaway line of a thing to shout at you. And it does look really good.
It's crazy, man, because me and you we jump on a StreamYard, have a chat. We don't really, we think about who's watching, how many's watching. We just do it for the love of the job kind of thing. But honestly, the Client Review podcast I got a massive reviewing yesterday. Everyone loves it. People setting alarms for it. People using it to drive to work in Australia when they're out here as well. And it blew my head, man. Taken aback by it. It really was.
And that is mad that people set their alarms to watch our drivel. They could just watch it later down the line. They don't have to watch it live, but that commitment is great. Not to blow our own trumpets too much. It was supposed to be a day off for me today, but I thought we've won a game. Let's jump on. Let's chat for 20 minutes or so, and get a quick podcast out. Back to the football. Like I said at the start, this is going to be a bit all over the place. A question from Adam Wright, friend of the show. He says, Ash, what's happening with Douglas Luiz? Speculation seems to have disappeared. Do you think he'll stay now? A lot of kind of tweets from Villa, lots of pictures of him in training and stuff like that, which every comment underneath is sign the contract. it's a weird one, isn't it? Because we've both talked about it before. I still kind of am half expecting that he'll just run that contract down and get a nice big free agent bonus somewhere next summer. But he seems to be happy around the place, and if he does sign a new contract, that's only a positive for Aston Villa.
Yeah, beforehand, Gerrard wasn't really open about speaking about Douglas's future. It's been different with Carney, as we know. But yeah, it's something I put to Gerrard in midweek over in Townsville. Today was just match-specific questions, no transfer stuff today. We don't want to try and calm that down, but so it was just match stuff today and squad stuff. But yeah, we'll see on Douglas' situation. It'll all come out. It'll all come out in the wash. So we'll hear from the manager on him this week, and we'll get a bit more clarity on that. But at the moment, it's as you were. Douglas is happy. He was happy down there, dancing along at the end with the fans and whatnot. And he's happy. Villa are happy with him, I suspect, as well. So, yeah, he obviously started today, didn't he? That number 8 position with Kamara just behind him. So that suited him a bit better. And yeah, the situation, we'll get clarity this week. It'll all come out. And, yeah, watch your space with that one.
Let's talk about Kamara then. Very classy looking player. I've only played the first 45 minutes, but looks the next level midfielder that we've been hoping. He's been touted as, big European profile and all this kind of thing. Next level player, young, good profile, Champions League pedigree, all these different things. But it's good to have, it's one thing having that billing of when you sign for a club and the expectations, but to come and actually play your first couple of minutes and be instantly good from the off. How did you assess Kamara and how do you think he'll slot into that midfield going forward?
Looks the real deal. I can't butcher it up anymore. It looks unbelievable. He's a really imposing figure as well. I thought he was only slight. We'll see him in the flesh as well. Really imposing, quite tall, rangy. Gets around the pitch lovely. Got a great way to pass. Floating passes out left, right, centre. And he nips in and wins the ball back for you as well. Like I say, he's barking orders as well. Telling Mings, come and show for the ball. Come on, help me out. And I don't think he'd give the ball away. I can't in the end the amount of times he gave the ball away. He was brilliant. And yeah, Gerrard's given him a big billing, as we all know, with the comments. Best young player in Europe, but he looks a real deal today. What a signing that could be. Could be signing in the summer throughout the Premier League, that one, I'm back, honestly. I know it's Leeds in a friendly today, but yeah, he cruised through that and looked very good as well. Even going forward as well, his vision, putting balls into Bailey's coming in and Watkins, he sees it all out there, and he's a bit of a midfield general. He really is, and supporters only right to be excited by him. What a signing that'll be. Yeah, mark my words. Keep an eye on him. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, as always, when we sign a good player, we don't want to talk about selling them already because that's silly. Let's enjoy these players while we've got them, but it's going to only be a matter of time before one of the big boys in Europe come back for him. Us getting him on a free signing is great, but wages will be big, signing on, contracts, agents, all that. We've spent good money getting Kamara here that other clubs maybe wouldn't have been able to have done across Europe, but he'll be a 60, 70 million player one day if he continues on the trajectory that people expect him to. And Villa have got to match the ambitions of these players that they're signing and get themselves into Europe if they want to keep these players around. Otherwise, like I said, the elite clubs are going to come in for people like Kamara, Martinez, people like that.
All right, Dan.
So what I'm saying is get into Champions League ourselves next year and we've got nothing to worry about.
No.
But yeah, looks a real talent. Elsewhere in the squad, from the players that were already here last year, who's impressed you so far in pre-season across the 2 games? Is anyone improved that you maybe thought maybe didn't have a future here or anything like that? You think, actually, there's something there?
Leon Bailey in both games looked very good. Today, him and Cash, you got something going down that right-hand side, Dan. Very good together. Very athletic. They get back, they help each other out. And they've got a bit of a sting in the tail as well going forward. So, yeah, Leon Bailey was the one for me today. And you see that little partnership down that right side looks pretty decent. So, took his goal last week, Bailey at Warsaw, volley. And today was unlucky with a few efforts as well. So, yeah, Leon Bailey, pick of pre-season so far, for sure. Yeah, Morgan Sanson was good last week, but today, not really. Like, second half was a bit scrappy, wasn't it? And he couldn't get involved as much. Aaron Ramsey didn't really get a kick either on that left-hand side. So, but yeah, pick a pre-season so far, Leon Bailey, and today, Boubacar Kamara. What a player he looks.
From New and Chris saying, doesn't want to talk about selling players, proceeds to talk about selling new players. I've got to play both sides of the coin here. He's a very good player. Yeah, lots of comments about Bailey looking good, which is nice to see. A point for him to prove next season.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Ings and Watkins. I was about to say we're almost done then, but we're probably not. The two strikers, Watkins missing a pretty decent chance, one-on-one, I guess you could call it.
Have you seen the replay, Dan? Was it a good save as it looked, or you reckon you've got to be burying that, haven't you? You've been on goal.
I don't want to be too harsh on Watkins. There was a lot of talk about him getting a finishing coaching and all this stuff and getting back to pre-season, and he's got a pretty decent chance in this game and then doesn't score it. And you think, what's he been working on? That was the same as last year. I don't want to be too harsh on him on the second game of pre-season, but you do kind of think you've maybe got to score from there.
If you one-on-one, yeah.
I'm not a professional footballer, so I expect these guys to know better than me, but it didn't look like the right way to hit it. It looked high. Surely you keep that low and try and find a corner than just kind of blast it at goalkeeper's height, to use a cliche. So it looked it was a decent save, but it could have been a better finish from Watkins, I think. Well, obviously, because he could have scored. Then the flip side of that is Ings obviously scores a penalty later on in the game. So how do you assess the strikers? Is it still two up front? Is it one up front with Bailey wide and Coutinho the other side maybe, or Buendia the other side?
I asked Danny Ings that question. I said, what's your relationship like with Ollie Watkins, knowing you're fighting for a shirt every week? Near enough, obviously, with Gerrard playing one up front. He said they push each other on. It's good competition to have, and they get on really well off the pitch as well. But I think in terms of, I think it's horses for courses. Depends who you're playing against. Obviously, Ings is the better finisher of the two. Watkins gives you a bit more legs in behind and whatnot. But yeah, it's still a good debate to have, isn't it? But not to say, Cameron Archer got something to say about that as well. Keenan Davis wasn't involved today. His future remains a bit uncertain. So yeah, the striker situation. Yeah, I think they're both fighting for that one shirt. I think Gerrard will play one up front more times than not. And yeah, I think Watkins is showing that a little bit more ruthlessness, doesn't he? Obviously, you hired a finishing coach for a reason over the summer, just to sharpen up in that aspect, and hopefully he finds his feet. But yeah, good save from the keeper today. But I'm with you, Danny. You one-on-one in on goal as a striker, you've got to be favoured to take that. So yeah, obviously Danny's getting the score sheet today. Look very confident. Speaking to him just now as well, so he'll be full of it. Nice score whenever you play. And asked Gerrard about the penalty situation. Who's your penalty taker for the season? He's still up for grabs, that one. It was on him. He chose Coutinho to have that today, the first one, which he missed.
Oh, I don't want to run up. I never like a stupid run up. I always just think you're going to miss. And then when they do miss, you think, oh yeah, top. I knew that was going to happen.
He tried to be clever with the rebound as well, because the keeper was diving that way. He tried to second guess him as well. Good save with his legs, to be fair. So, and then Danny Ings, good penalty. No one saved that, roll it into near corner. So yeah, penalty takers up for grabs, and yeah, interesting. He'll take that burden on from the season.
Yeah, we talk about Archer and Ings being good finishers. You always just think, well, it's always going to happen every time Watkins plays and misses a chance. People are going to go, I feel like Ings could have scored there, or Archer's clinical, he could have scored from there. So it's good to have options in a way. As long as you're still creating chances, you'd back one of the three to score one of these chances at some point. So keep creating, and goals will come. Hopefully, and there's still a few weeks of pre-season for Watkins to get his shooting boots on anyway, so not going to be too harsh on him just yet. The last kind of point I want to talk about, because there's a lot of talk on Twitter about, we still need another striker because of these missed chances. We probably still need another midfielder. I don't really want to talk too much about transfers because we're going to catch up again in the week, so we'll maybe have a more transfer-focused episode then. So I just want to finish with how this whole experience ranks for you in terms of following Villa and reporting on Villa. Excuse me, very snotty this morning, hay fever. Hopefully I can edit that out. Oh, it's live. It's live on YouTube as well. Can't even edit it out. Bloody hell.
Brilliant.
Apologies everyone for me sniffing there. Obviously, it's only pre-season. It's Leeds United, but it's Australia. It's 40,000. You're there covering it for us. You've got fans coming up to you all the time. How does this whole experience kind of rank for you as a supporter, as a reporter?
Very emotional, Dan. Like I've said, very emotional. Speaking to that many people last night who love the channel, really like me as well. It's, taken aback by it. I really am. I've seen my brother yesterday as well, and I'll see him. And crazy. Just the love they have for the Villa as well, following our channel, and I mean they're following from so far away, yet they're so close to it. If you know what I mean. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's how I get it. Really, they absolutely love it, and Yeah, really positive. Yesterday was unbelievable scenes, and I spoke to that many people as well, and just so happy Villa are in town. First time ever. They're having to set their alarms at ridiculous clock today, 4 a.m., 3 a.m., just to watch Villa. Whereas now the shoe's on the other foot. They had a good day out today in the sunshine on my right down there. And yeah, very good. Everyone getting together, people that haven't seen it, people that podcast together, people that speak each other about the Villa over the phone and whatnot. They're getting together down here. And yeah, very emotional, really. And me covering it as well. Massive Villa fan. I have to pinch myself sometimes, but here we are.
I thought you were on cry for a second then. It's hitting you, isn't it? Bloody hell. No, it's good. It's good. You want to go to these things and have support from people, and obviously going there and seeing Villa win as well is a big positive.
Yeah.
It makes the job so much easier when Villa are performing and doing well. So the last thing you want to do is fly all the way to Australia when we lose 5-0 to Leeds today, and you think, oh, it's only pre-season. But yeah, you still want to win. So pretty much perfect day, really. So
yeah.
In terms of your next few days, what's the plan? Obviously, there's the next game is it's Wednesday morning here. So is that Tuesday night for you, or is it Wednesday night? I don't know which way around it is.
I can't think that's off the head now.
Whatever
Wednesday
it is,
night
anyway.
from there. Yeah.
Sunday morning here, basically. So how does Monday and Tuesday look for you? Basically, is my question.
No, yeah. So Monday I'll do a Q&A. I'll get that UK time 8 o'clock in the morning, so get amongst it on the Q&A. I'll do a newsletter for you as well, based on some juicy bits Gerrard said in his press conference. I think I was the only local reporter there from Villa, so I'll get some bits for the press conference into your email news baskets, sign up for the newsletter, and yeah, that's it really. Q&A, big one. Quite a lot doing them, and yeah, again, just detailing my journey, what's going on behind the scenes and whatnot. So yeah, all looking forward to the Brisbane Roar game, who's playing. And then what the week looks like for Villa as well in terms of training wise, any fan events coming up. And yeah, but yeah, I'll be detailing how it was today, all the merchandise outside and whatnot, and the vibe going into Townsville on Wednesday up the coast. I think it's a 2-hour flight for me up the coast and then over to Perth. So yeah, plenty happening. Spoken to Gerrard for the first time as well since the summer, which is really good. So I've got some bits from that. And yeah, looking ahead now and. The players who need to impress still, and yeah, really good so far. So 2 games to go, 1 down, 2 to go.
When do you think we'll start to see more of a rigid team throughout the whole game? Because obviously it's still 2 45-minute halves at the moment. Would that be something that they do for the rest of Australia? Because obviously there's only 3 pre-season games left. I mean, it's less than 3 weeks now until we kick off the new season. At what point do you play either a full 90-minute side or a 60-minute side? When do you think they'll transition into that?
Yeah, it's either the Man U game or the Rennes game. I suspect it'd be the Rennes game, given the amount of travelling involved, going over to Perth, and see what players are available and fit. And that. So yeah, I think the Rennes game the week before the season, I think you'll probably see Villa's strongest 11 start and play an hour or something like that ahead of Bournemouth. So yeah, Gerrard keeps mentioning Bournemouth. It's all focus on Bournemouth. He wants to get his main men fit and firing. We will try and be fair with the rest of the squad with the 2 games left to go down here, but his full focus is on Bournemouth. He needs to get his starters 11 bang up for it, minutes in the tank, and ready to go from the off. Because I think it's important to have a good start. I know he said that every year, but given the World Cup year, and there's a bit of a break after 15, 16 games. I think Gerrard wants Villa in a really good place. Going into that little winter break.
Don't we all?
Don't we all? I know. Yeah. Otherwise, the flip side, if you're struggling, it's not good, is it? So you want to start off on the front foot. I think the fixtures are quite kind on paper. So hopefully we have a flying start and then build that momentum and it snowballs then, doesn't it? And we can have a really successful season. So that's the plan. And yeah, looking forward to it. See how it unravels. But yeah, today, Boubacar Kamara, for those that didn't watch it, what a player. Good player.
And that's a nice place to end it, Ash. Thank you very much for your time, your dedication, as always. Get yourself back to your hotel and get some sleep because you're going to need it over the next few days. This jet lag doesn't go away easy.
It's dark here now, 6 o'clock. Dark.
Yeah, you keep saying, don't you? It's their winter there, because you sent some videos last night and you were saying it'll be getting dark soon. And I was thinking it's only like 5 o'clock there, but of course, yeah, the sun rises sets early.
Yeah.
thanks to the 350, 400 people that have been watching this live this morning across Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter today. Thanks very much for tuning in. As always, we appreciate your comments and questions. Ash, we'll have another catch up Monday or Tuesday. I don't know yet. I don't know what time your flight is. It might be when you get to Townsville, maybe, if that's a good thing.
I'll send you a plan
of the time zones back here. But certainly before the game kicks off on Wednesday, we'll have another catch up to how the squad's looking, any injuries, presser, training sessions, stuff like that. So we'll catch up again before the game, we'll catch up after the game, and then we'll turn our attention to Man United next weekend. So that's kind of the rough schedule for the week. Ash, like I said, thanks for your time. Thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you again soon.
Thank you for listening to Claret and Blue, an Aston Villa podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, then please do let us know. We love hearing your feedback. We'll be back soon with another episode, but until then, up the Villa.